yeah.
This is the first time I ever did something live.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
What's the topic today, Big Mike? Today we're just going to talk some shit, man. We had a guy who was supposed to come on, and he's actually dead sober, doesn't drink, doesn't do anything, and he's had a lot of friends pass away from dope, from fentanyl, heroin, whatever you want to call it. It's all the same shit, but he didn't show, so we're going to just go on about our fucking wild and crazy lives. You know, Derek had a good thing go on this weekend. You know, he had some fun with his church, man, and you know,
Rock the block.
in
I
Kensington.
go to this church in Kensington. It's called Rock Ministries. It's right on Kensington Avenue between Lehigh and Somerset. That's like woo, Beirut. That's where a lot, especially Somerset. It's a lot. Just to let you know, they're smoking crack right on the sidewalk. They're shooting dope right on the sidewalk. Every time I go down there, I see somebody shooting dope or smoking crack or both. I mean, it's just like that.
I was down there one time.
Mhm.
All right.
Yeah.
We were driving down the street. Yo, they were banging on the car windows, like in droves, like pushing each other out of the way because they saw white people in the car and they knew we were there for drugs.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It was wild, and there was like 10-year-old kids on the corner screaming, "I got crack rocks!" I'll never forget it. Child just screaming, and other kids, little children, babies walking around like zombies.
Yeah, but once a year, the church, we have this thing called Rock the Block.
You got to bring some light to the darkness, baby.
And so they have like our church. It's actually started because our pastor was a boxer, and so that was his thing. And when he had got jammed up, went to prison. When he got out, well, matter of fact, right before he got out, he found the Lord. He got saved. He's got a date. He's been saved just almost as long as I've been clean. So we're very close with that. So he was a boxer. He was very good, and so he started this ministry of basically just teaching kids how to box, trying to help young men in the neighborhood, and then I think that his whole theme was try to save the youth before they get caught up in what's going on out there, because it's like any ghetto hood that's riddled with drugs and stuff like that. A lot of drug dealers recruit young people because they won't get as much time to sell drugs, and a lot of people, if they ain't making no money, they'll do that because it's a way to make money.
It seems like a theme that's going on today in society.
Yeah,
there's a group of people that are trying to get a hold of young people and take their ideology and take their minds away from them.
Yeah, so this ministry he started, started small, whatever, and it grew and grew and grew to the point where they got like 4 professional boxers. They got a whole legion of kids that they start. Some of them 8 years old. They're boxing. We got them all from 8 years old all the way to teenage years.
That's a story.
And
how much time did he do?
About 3. No, I think he did like 5-6 years, something like that. And
that's a story in itself.
Yeah. Oh, he's been interviewed by HBO Sports. Jim Lampley. Mm-hmm. They did a special on him and The Rock. So this is like an established program. Like I said, we got 4 professional boxers, and I'm going to say maybe a month ago, something like that, we all went to Atlantic City to see all 4 of them on the same card, and all 4 of them won by knockout. So all of us from the church went, because we support our guys, and it was like a night to remember because everybody won by knockout. It was awesome. And so like once a year they had this thing called Rock the Block, where they set up the boxing ring outside, and the kids in the program, they spar, and then they have jujitsu, and they practice that, and they have all these different games like bouncy houses and like ponies and stuff for kids, and they have things set up for the drug addicts to get their blood pressure taken, and if they want help, we'll take them straight to rehab, not to rehab, detox. It's just like, and then like this year they had a tent the Philadelphia police set up where you can talk to the police and get info. They had different, and they actually had this one thing where this guy, if you wanted your name engraved in a Bible, they did it right there on the spot. Because I was wondering about that, and then they told me today, because we had church today, that the guy did it right then and there. Like if you wanted, you can get the Bible, tell them your name, whatever you wanted on that Bible, and they would engrave it right there on the spot. And they were playing all kind of Christian music, and it was just like the one day of the year where this crazy neighborhood where it's like drug addicts who shoot dope and smoke crack, the one day of the year where the whole neighborhood comes out and it's like civilized, it's like crazy, it's like we feed them, we have music, games, and the kids run around, and it's everybody cooperates. Even the drug addicts kind of like stay over to the side, and the drug dealers kind of go away. And it's just like the one day of the year where we just get together and just have like a nice time. And then what's one part, the pastor has this. He gives us a little speech right before the sparring, and he always says, I just want like to see if I can get one person to accept Christ into their life. If I can get one person, that I would be happy. And it always ends up, the ring is filled with like 20 to 30 people. It is funny because it's always like the one person, I guess, like, everybody's looking around, and the one person, I guess, who says, I had enough. You know what I mean? They're like,
everybody follows.
Yeah, it's like, it was this girl. And she looked like
world,
she was been like ran over like 20 times by like, I don't know, like a steamroller. She just looked, and you could tell at one time this girl was pretty, man. She was fine, you could tell at one time, but you could just tell that the drugs, like it just the job it did on her. And she went in there and she started out, and before it was all over, man, and it was packed in that ring with people who accepted the Lord and invited the Lord in their lives, and everybody got a free Bible, and it was just a cool day, man. We were out there for hours. We ate. I mean, I ate like a Viking. I ate like, I didn't care, man. I had hot dogs yesterday. I didn't care. I ate whatever, man. Popcorn. It was just like, just have fun today.
I love that story,
It was like,
anybody.
and Kensington is probably one of the worst spots in the United States, maybe the world.
You can go right on YouTube and check it out.
Yeah, I mean, I go down there. I mean,
what's up, Silverhand? Thanks for joining.
I go down there, weekly, because I'm a part of the church and I'm a part of we have a boxing program, jiu-jitsu and weightlifting. I'm a weightlifting coach, so I go down there on Thursdays when I'm free and train kids to lift weights. And it's like, every time it's like you park and you got to walk through all this madness to get to the church. And one thing I can say about that, they really respect the fact that what we're doing at that church, like there's actually a drug dealer who we kind of have a relationship with, and he makes sure nobody does anything in front of the church, and kind of respects the church. And we get a lot of people, oh man, it's good what you're doing with those kids, and and these people look like crazy, man. They look like, but they have enough, sense to know, all right, that's cool what you're doing with those kids. I guess they're happy that there's a little bit of sanity there. You know what I mean? And a lot of us who come to that church don't live there. We come from outside. But this is, I gotta say, man, I mean, I was forced to go to church as a kid, and then when I got older, I didn't really go. And then, when I became an adult and got clean, I started going. And then definitely when I had kids, I used to take them all the time. So I went regularly. I joined the church. And I've been always been a part of a church most of my life. But this is, to me, the first real church, to the point where every Sunday they feed the poor. Every day a person from the street can come there, and we'll take them straight to detox. We have a place right across the street, and we can get them transported to detox right away. So
regardless of what you hear on TV,
I mean,
all churches are fucked up.
They feed.
There's
I'm
good
talking.
People out there.
They feed people. Not only do they feed them, they give them food to take with them. So if they say, hey, if you have a place where you can cook, we'll give you food. If you don't, we'll give you food that you can, I guess like crackers or whatever. I don't, it's really deep, man. And when I got involved with them, I've been involved with them for 3 years now. It's like, I remember having a talk with the pastor one day. I said, yo, man, this is a real church.
I like that pastor's story, though, man. That goes out for anybody who's sitting there, anybody who's in their 20s that's sitting around. And regardless, I don't care if you've got an addiction issue or whatever, but if you're sitting there and you're unhappy with your place in life and you're feeling a bit lost, think of that comeback story, okay? Homeboy came from the streets, was a fucking boxer, amazing, goes to prison, is on top of the world and fucking falls. That shit hurts. Comes out to nothing and builds a community, a brotherhood of people that come out and help people who can't help themselves on a regular basis, okay? I know a lot of people are going to hear, oh, God and church, and they're going to get all fucking weird. Listen, I don't go to church, but it don't bother me. Good people helping good people is good. That's all that matters here.
I mean,
Where they
if
come
you don't
from
if you don't like God, just look at God as good, orderly direction. I mean, like you know,
think
you don't.
about this: if you created a universe and you had a bunch of people bitching and complaining about everything, would you want to help them? And he still will, and it Creator will still forgive you, man. So you know, you gotta have some type of higher being in your life. There is more to life than this materialistic. It's such a low chakra, low vibrational shit to just think you're nothing but a human. You are a beautiful spirit that's embodying this mind and body. Okay, that voice in your head it's you. That's what's talking to the body. That's what it is. It's not just your mind playing tricks on you. You are a beautiful soul in this body, and you're going to leave this place one day.
And you know, I look at a lot of the people down there, and I look at them, and I see, man, I know there's a good person in there, because and it was at one part, and when he was giving his speech, he said, how many people in the crowd used to be on drugs? And I definitely raised my hand. It was a whole bunch of hands went up, and like, I mean, at one time, I was a hopeless drug addict, like on drugs, like hooked, caught up in the grips. So like, I don't know, I have a special place in my heart for people on drugs, because I know how it feels. And I'm so sad, because this drug they got out now really seems to have a grip on them, to the point where they're like physically like disintegrating. I mean, my day, we were, people,
the trank eats them away.
It was crack and it was heroin. Those were the two major drugs, and they didn't tear you up like what this drug is doing now, man. It's just it's a different level. It was like, I mean, like, we used to have a joke, me and my one buddy, like, you know, like, I always felt like you always think you're better than somebody, right? Like, well, I only sniff, I don't smoke. I only smoke, I don't shoot up. Or I only do coke, I don't do heroin. Like, I always thought I was better than heroin addicts. I thought I was better than a heroin addict, right? Because we used to say, if you're a crackhead, if you do coke, all you need is a hoagie and a nap, and you feel better. Like heroin addicts got to go through physical detoxification, and on some level you do too with cocaine. But this drug now, oh my God, it's like, I'm like, it's so sad. It's like, and then they look like they're totally out of it, like they're just like gone. This one girl, because it was people from all over come to volunteer for this. They come from different states. They come from all over, right? And you could tell this one girl ain't used to that. So she was like waving me and my man over, because this girl was on the ground laid out. And she was like, oh my God. I was like, nah, she's just high. She was shaking her, and the girl was talking to her, like, basically like leave me alone, I'm good. And the girl's looking at me. I was like, look, she's high. This, you know, I know it looks bad, but she's all right. Leave her alone. And she was just like you could just tell she wasn't used to what was going on down there. And I was just like, yeah. And you know what's crazy? The fact that I've seen it so much, and people down there see it so much. It's like almost normal.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, leave her alone. She's just sleeping. She's not. I told her. I said she's not now. She's all right. She's good.
Yo, guys, listen. We created the world we live in, and we can change it.
Yeah.
That's the bullshit that y'all don't realize and that they don't tell you. Everything was created.
Yeah.
And everything can be recreated. Good, bad, and ugly.
Yeah, and
you have the power to do this as individuals. We have the power to change the world around us.
Yeah, well, for me personally, I feel like from where I've been, that I owe it to God to give some of my time, to give back, because, you know, people helped me when I first came through, and I felt like hopeless. I felt like I couldn't make a comeback. And it's like, I was talking to my buddy, man, my sponsor. He's got 33 years clean. I got 29. We're like, and me and him got high together back in the day. And we were like, man, we always talk about it. A lot of times I call him on my way back home from Kensington, because Kensington's a whole different beast. It's like, wow. It's like,
bro, it's amazing that that's part of the United States. Like,
but you know what's crazy? I love it down there. I don't know why. I guess because I feel like
everybody's got an attachment to their home.
It's like, wow.
Good. And if you don't, you kind of, you know, where you were born and raised.
And that church,
that
church, I mean, that church is one of the best churches. But I think
that's probably another reason why you got your connection to God.
The church is like, dude, it's like awesome. It's like, and you know what? Those kids that box, do jujitsu, and lift weights that go there, and they're actually bought a building around the corner, and they want to make they want to do other stuff. They want to get computers. They want to have rock climbing, because they decided that not all kids want to box, do jujitsu, and lift weights. So they bought the building, and they're trying to raise the money, and they're in the process of you know, rebuilding that building. It's right around the corner, and they want to have, like, if you want to go do your homework, or if you want to play chess, or if you want to learn computers, because not all kids, you know, box, do jujitsu, and lift weights, or are athletic. You know, there's other things. We want to have something for kids that are maybe super smart, that, you know, like, that's their gift, because we all have different gifts. So we want to pour into that. And I mean, I'm just glad to be a part of this church, man. And you know, I've been a part of other churches. I don't want to crap on them, that were beautiful churches, that were, like, you know, like, way bigger than this church, maybe way prettier than this church, you know what I'm saying? But they don't compare to, like, the spirit and the love and the compassion and the willingness, because, you know, like, I remember this Thanksgiving we have every year. They, you know, cook, you know, they feed everybody who wants to come. I remember this one girl, man, her hand was like turning black, and we were like, yo, you need to go get that checked out. Like, so not everybody who comes there, some people come there, I'm not gonna lie, they smell, they look disgusting. I mean, and in my mind, I'm like, oh my God. Like, you know, it's like,
that's what drugs do to you.
I'm like, whoa.
And when they started, they always were the ones who were like, no, I'll never be that person.
That
will never happen to me.
I'm like, oh man. And then, you know, yeah, I feel like we got to talk to them and treat them with respect.
Like human beings.
Yeah. Because, you know, I noticed too, when you do that, it's like it makes them feel good for that moment. Like, just sitting there talking to them, this and that. A lot of dudes be like, yo.
I can say something on that.
Go ahead.
I've been homeless before.
Okay.
Okay, you got to understand, people make it a point to stay away from you.
Yeah.
You get no human contact.
Right.
And everybody who you have contact with is trying to wait for you to fall asleep to rob you. Or is a drug dealer, don't give a fuck about you.
Right.
You know, like, the shit that could go on. I mean, on the streets, it's truly evil, man. Like,
right.
Once you spend a few nights on the street, you'll believe in good and evil.
Right.
But it's hard because when you don't have human contact, you don't understand how fucked up that is, bro.
Mm.
Being in jail, it's, you do have some human contact with some scumbags, but when you're in solitary, like I had to do time in solitary, alone, bro, that's no joke.
Mm.
When no one can, and especially on the streets, it's even worse because you see people, and you see people living their beautiful lives, and you crave it. And you see people eating and just doing normal stuff, talking on their phones, and pulling out a couple dollars to grab a bite to eat,
Yeah.
having $1 to lend you that you don't have to lend anyone else.
Right. Right.
And the hard thing is, the hardest thing is the lack of humanity.
Mm.
It's
I see Cindy said hi. Hey, Cindy. She works with my ex-wife.
What's up, Cindy?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man, it's tough.
And she wants us to know she's got 2 years and 6 months clean. It's a beautiful thing,
Keep
you know
rocking,
what I mean?
girl.
Yeah.
Keep it rocking.
It's we can change. We can do some things. We can make.
Oh, Diallo.
I believe in God. I mean, that's just, I've always had that.
Something put us here, man.
I believe that, and I think he had better plans than for me to be a drug addict. You know what I'm saying? Like, and not be productive. And because when I was a drug addict, I was robbing and stealing. You know what I mean? It was never enough. Like, I had a full-time job, a part-time job, and I still didn't make enough money to supply my drug habit. You know what I mean? And so I resorted to stealing. I risked my life to rob drug dealers. I mean, at one point, they wanted to kill me. You know what I mean? At one point, the police were looking for me, and the drug dealers. Thank God the police found me first. And
let the shit on the street die down.
I'm actually, it's a crazy story, but I'm here. That's all that matters. Oh, well, yeah, I robbed. I actually.
That's the topic of the day, Marchese.
All right, well,
Derek
I met this crazy white dude. He was from Jersey City, and I was in Asbury Park. And a lot of times when, white people come to the hood looking for drugs,
they're like out of water.
We're trying to get them to be with us because they got money. So I'm like, yo, man, don't trust them, blah, 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 blah.
Trust me.
Trust me, hang with me. And I was going to do them right. I mean, I'm going to beat you a little bit, but I was like, dude, I got a place. We can go. Like, whatever you need, we're going to get. So I was, fighting for this dude. So he ended up trusting me, and he had mad money. He had a company truck. He was crazy. He was wild. So we was getting high for hours, and he ran out of money. So now he wants me to set him up so he can rob somebody. I was like, for real? He was like, yeah, man. I was like, all right. So I asked this girl, I didn't let her know. I said, he wants to go cop. Can he go to your girl's, cop? He's got a lot of money, blah, blah, blah. She said, nah, she's not gonna let him in because he's white. She said, you're gonna have to go in. Now, she didn't know I was planning on robbing, or that we were planning on robbing her. So I said, all right. So I told him, I said, look, dude, I'm gonna do it. He was like, for real? I was like, yeah. I was like, we need more drugs. So she took me in there. Now I get in there. I said, well, how much you got? She had 65 bags, right? $10 a piece, fat bags too, right? So I said, I got 500. She said, you got 500? I was like, yeah. I said, I want them all. She's like, all right. So I said, bag them up. And so I had been spending money all day, so the other girl didn't think nothing, that I was going to do nothing. So, because that girl took me there. So that's her friend, you know what I mean? So it was crazy. As soon as she put the last bag in there, he's listening at the door. I don't know. It was like he had telepathy. He knocked on the door the second she put the last bag in, which made them look at the door. I snatched the bag. Now, the other girl who brought me there was like, no. So she gets in front of the door. Like, she's going to stop me. You know what I'm saying? So I grabbed the door handle and just ripped it open, and she went flying. And I was like, come on, let's go. So we hauled ass, got to my truck. Then we went to where I live. So now we get to where I live,
Robin drug dealer.
and my boy, who's my sponsor now, right? He had 3 years clean, but he was living with me because I wasn't paying no rent. So I had a 2-bedroom apartment, so he was living with me, but he had to deal with my madness. So we get in the house, we tell him what we were doing. We was like high-fiving my girl. My girl was there. My girl was pissed because she found out who I had robbed. Now the girl,
she's like, you fucked up our connection.
not only that, like this girl, her boyfriend was a drug dealer, and blah blah blah. So now it's gonna be repercussions. So my boy was like, dude, give me your keys to your truck because they're gonna be looking for your truck. I was like, all right, here. We got all this coke. I don't care. So, and then I told myself, fuck it, because after this, I'm going to rehab tomorrow. But that didn't happen. So we did all what we did. But basically, they found out who I was, and the guy wanted these dudes from New York to do me in because I used to go to this other spot to get high, and they all used to sell drugs there, and they were going to do me in this one morning. But what happened was, I used to work for the post office, so I was getting high. I had my check. It was like 2, 3 in the morning, so I told the dude, hold my check and give me like $200 worth of coke, and then like in the morning we'll go and cash my check. I'll pay you back, then we'll get some more. So we did that, and then that dude who I robbed came.
When you went to go meet your homie to get the check?
No, he had my check. He was holding it because in the morning
He set you up.
No, it just happened to fall into that place. They were from New York. Yeah, they had nothing to do with him. But me and my buddy, it was time to go cash the check or get just do his money back, whatever. And I did that. Came back.
You were planning on paying.
Yeah, because he had my check, and plus I wanted to get high, So we did all that. But now I'm in her house getting high. It's like, I don't know, let's say 10, 11 in the morning. The dude that I had robbed came to the house to sell coke. Now he's in there with all them. So now he knows I'm in this back room. Mike, I don't know what it was. Now my buddy heard them over talking about doing me in.
Yeah.
But I didn't know what he heard because he was like in the hallway kind of. I was in the back of the room. I had a feeling. It was a feeling. Like I knew something was wrong to the point where I was ready to jump out of the window and run. Yeah. I just had a feeling like I was going to die. Like I was going to get murdered.
You were about to, so what happened?
So I said, nah, man, if this happens, I can't run. I got to face it. So what I did, you know me, I'm a good talker. So what I did, I got real loud. I said, yo, Val, I'm getting ready to go to the liquor store. What do you want to drink? Blah, blah, blah. I'm coming right back. Blah, 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 blah. We're going to party all day. So I let them know that I'm coming back. I went. No. What happened was I went straight to the dude who robbed me, who I robbed, because he didn't know that I knew him. Because I robbed his girl. I didn't rob him. So I went to him. I said, yo, man, let me get one bag. I bought one bag from him.
And he sold it to you?
Yeah, he did.
Oh, he was really planning on killing you.
So I said, all right, Val, we'll be right back, blah, blah, blah. Now he goes to the door. He lets me out, but I wouldn't turn.
Really planning on killing you.
I wouldn't turn my back to him, and I got out of the house. So now I'm in my truck. My buddy gets in. He's like, D. I was so shook. I had a hard time starting the car because I was shaking. Like I was like, he was like, D. I was like, Tone. I know. He was like, D. I was like, I know. So it started. We drove off, and I was like, dude. He was like. He starts telling me what he heard. And I said, Tone, I felt it. He was like, you felt it? I said, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Body and mind is so
I
strong. Your actual
felt it. I thought I was going to die. But I was like,
that's the true power of it.
But I was like, nah, man, I'm not going to die a coward.
What did he
you know
say
why?
They were saying?
They were talking. He was asking the dudes. He told the dudes from New York what happened. And he wanted them to do me in. He was going to take care of them for doing me in, because he didn't want to do it.
The dude who you bought the bag from?
Yeah, because I robbed his girl, which was his shit.
So he never had. Okay, so he's a pussy then.
Basically,
That he sells you a bag after he knows you robbed his girl. See, I'm thinking, oh, he's just playing cool because he knows he's gonna put a bullet in your head when you come back.
What I realized, he wasn't going to deal with me one-on-one.
Yeah.
He wanted them to do it, but I didn't know that. I just felt something. It was weird. It was weird.
No, you had that right, man. That's exactly it.
And and then I seen him after that a couple times. He just never did nothing, and I think he thought I was crazy because I was. You know what I mean?
And he knew he wasn't.
Yeah, I mean, but that day he wasn't going to do it himself. He was going to get them to do it, but they let me out the door, and I never went back that day. I didn't go back, so I let them think I was coming back, and they bought it. You know what I mean? And dude, I was shook. I was scared, man. I'm not gonna lie. I really thought about jumping out of the window and running, but I felt like if I did that, they're gonna come get me. Because if you show fear, it's like an animal. If they know you're scared, they're gonna get you. But if you act like they already thought I was crazy, so let them keep thinking that. That might help me. You know what I'm saying?
Oh shit! I remember one time I took my brother. Oh, go ahead, finish.
Nah, I'm just.
Oh.
That was just I don't know, man. It's like you put your life on the line for one more. You will risk your life to get high. That's how deep the addiction is, and that's why those people are down there and they see their limbs falling off, and the addiction, once it grabs you by the throat, it doesn't want to let go.
Fucking joke.
And you disappoint your mom, you disappoint your dad, you disappoint your wives or your husband, your children. I mean, like it's vicious. It's vicious, man.
What's up, Salini?
Yeah, it's vicious, man. Like, so I'm a part of something that is so powerful, like a church. Like, you know, it's crazy. Like stuff like that's supposed to be corny, right? But no, man, it's really cool to help people and to, like, the way I felt. Like I mean, drugs, man. Drugs are temporary, man. All that stuff that we chasing the feeling, it doesn't last, and it destroys you. But like to talk to a drug addict in the street who feels less than human, to make them feel human for a few moments, to tell them, hey, man. And then I tell a lot of them my story, and they're like, you do drugs? I'm like, yeah, man, I've been clean, blah, blah, blah. They're like, what? I was like, yeah, man, I was a crackhead, man. That was the main drug I did. I've done I just never did opiates. I didn't like the way it looked, but I did a lot of different drugs.
I was dead in a hospital bed at the end of the summer in 2021.
Yeah.
135-pound junkie.
Yeah.
Wanted to die, hated myself, hated my life.
Yeah, man.
You know?
Yeah, man. But, you know, and then, you know, your friend who was supposed to be here today, you know, he has friends that are dying, and that's a helpless feeling to just sit back and watch people die.
Imagine how your parents feel.
Man, you know, like, and then I had a great ending with my parents. Like, I had 18 years clean when my father passed away, and I had 24 years clean when my mother passed away, and I got to make them proud of me and let them see me change my lives and give them grandkids and, like, you know, like, be something and be somebody and, you know, be a productive member of society. And, like, I'm just getting started, man. I got other things that I want to do in my life, man. I want to be a hot yoga instructor. I'm going to start the training next month for that. I want to be a personal physical trainer. I want to be a model. I want to do fitness, man. I want to, you know, I'm a natural athlete. I'm against drugs. I take natural supplements, man. God's blessed me with the gift of athletics and the mind that's driven to be the best that I can be. And I'm trying to feed myself nothing but good. And I noticed lately a lot of people have been asking me questions about what I do, and I do. And this is all going into what this whole program is about. It's about recovery. It's about fitness. It's about, you know, it's like everything to be the best that you can be, man. It's like taking it on another level, not just getting clean off of drugs, but like taking care of your body, man. Because if your body did all the, especially now, those drugs.
Who thinks you need drugs to natural ways to actually boost your testosterone. There's good foods and other shit. If you need some of those ideas, just reach
YouTube.
out. Yeah, on YouTube, or just reach out to one of us in the comments. Dude,
Everything I kind of learned during that pandemic.
You see so much bullshit on there. Come to somebody you know you're gonna
during that pandemic, I went to college basically on YouTube. Nutrition, the benefits of the sauna, the benefits of cold plunges, the benefits of yoga, the benefits of the Wim Hof breathing exercises, like resistance training, how it helps you with longevity, like everything, like I everything, anything and everything you can push it, type it in YouTube, and you will get different people talking about, in the foods you can eat, like natural testosterone. Because, my personal belief with that comes with, and I went to a doctor about it, and I talked to him about it, and a urologist, and he told me, like, get lost, basically. Look at you, look how you're built. And so, like, I started, there's foods that can help with that. There's supplements you can take that, because my thing is, if once you start taking something like that, where's the end date? Like, you got to keep taking it for the rest of your life. And I'm 58, but people live to, like, I don't know, 70, 80, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So, like, what do you mean for the next 20 years? I gotta take testosterone. You know what I mean? Like, is that what you're telling me? And then, from my understanding, once you start taking testosterone, your body stops making it. So that means I'm going to keep taking that to have it. Like, I mean, like, and it's funny because a lot of guys at the church, oh, what are you doing? That hot yoga? And then I just say, hey, man, because a lot of people look at this stuff. Well, how much does it cost? How much does it cost? How much does it cost to do drugs? How much does it cost to eat unhealthy? How much does it cost for them prescriptions?
Nobody looks at money when they're buying
like,
bullshit.
How much does it cost?
To invest in you, invest in yourself. Everybody wants to worry about a fucking budget.
Yeah.
All right, invest in yourself.
Yeah,
it's fucking important.
Pretty much.
You're the most important thing you got.
Yeah.
As soon as this shit is gone, you're fucked.
I mean, the bottom line is, I got one life to live. Remember that soap opera? I got one life to live. I want to live it. Like, I don't want people to have to change my diaper or, like, feed me, or, like, I'm like, at the gym, he tell you I'm one of the baddest cats up in there, if not the baddest. At the yoga spot, like, the girls are always going to be the best because they got that flexibility. But I'm one of the hardest workers in there, and I've improved so much. You know what I mean? And I continue to want to improve, and I want to be a teacher so I can learn, more about it, man. Because it's going to be a part of my life. Because I feel like hot yoga is going to help me with the flexibility, because if we don't use it, we lose it, man. And if I don't want to get stiff and can't move, because I've watched too many people basically fall apart. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want that to be me. I mean, we all got choices. What do you want to be? What do you want to do? You know what I mean? Like, I'm choosing life. I'm choosing longevity. I'm choosing quality of life. I don't want to do drugs. I want to be a productive member of society. I want to give back. I want to honor God and all the stuff He's blessed me with. I mean, we don't talk about God because it's not cool, right? It's not cool. Like, you're corny. Like, so what? I thought I was cool when I was smoking crack. Look at I wasn't cool when I was locked up. I mean, that's stupid. You know what I mean? Like, some people, when I was growing up, people used to be like, people used to think it was cool to go to jail and do time. Like,
they still fucking do.
It's stupid, man. I was locked up, man, right? And people laugh, because I was at a meeting and I talked about it one time when I was sharing. I said, I did 8 hard days in the county jail. And they laughed because I made it seem like 8 hard. They thought I was going to say years or something. I said, I did 8 hard days. But guess what? That's all I needed, because I was like, I realized I don't want to be there. I don't want nobody telling me what time to get up. I don't want nobody telling me what I'm going to eat for breakfast it was crap.
When to piss, when to shit.
Yeah,
You're
and then they'll
fucking
put me
worse
to
the
bed
worst.
in the cell with this other dude at a certain
Snoring,
time.
keeping you up all night.
Like, they put me in this box with this other dude and then didn't let me out until like it was time to eat this crappy breakfast.
Some other dude farting all night and shit.
That's cool. That's fun. Not for me.
Dressed in
There ain't
fucking
no
all
women in there.
jumpsuit.
Okay? And I love the ladies,
There's
right?
a lot of gay guys,
Yeah, I don't need that in my life. I want to be free.
and they're big and strong.
I mean, come on, man. That's not what I want in my life. So it's all about a choice. What do you want? And you know, like people say to me, "You're crazy. You go to the gym, you do this, man." So what? I'll be crazy, but I'm happy. Okay, I'm happy. You know what I mean? I get to do all these things. I get to, and I couldn't wait to get over here to do this. And we always say, if it helps one person, then that's great. You know what I mean? The more the better. But if we can just help one person, then if we could do that once a week and help one person, man, I mean, you know how many lives that'll be? That'll be 52 people in a year. You know what I'm saying? And I know somebody's mom or dad will be happy if their son or daughter or their loved one turns it around and makes a decision to do something different.
You know, some of y'all probably sitting, oh, my people don't like me, da da da. Guess what? That's because you fucking up and getting high and doing shitty stuff, and you're disappointing them. It hurts the people who care about you to watch you fuck your life up and yourself. Not only your life around you, everything you're doing around you, but the one body that you have.
One body.
Okay?
Physical
the one
fitness.
chance that you have to be on this planet. It's not long.
Yeah.
You don't have time to fuck it up. Your 20s are not years to go out and fuck your life up and party and get shit-faced. Like a fucking loser. Empty your pockets and go home alone. Good one. Or do you want to be the guy who's got money and has got girls and driving fast cars? That dude's not shit-faced. Regardless of what they like to lie to you on TV and all that shit, that's not that guy. You're not that guy. It's not going to happen.
Yeah. So once again, our message is about recovery and fitness. We believe that those two things together will help you be physically, spiritually, and mentally, emotionally the best you can be. We really believe that physical fitness is a very important part of, you know, being a well-rounded person. I think most people who have like anxiety and mental problems, when they do physical fitness, I've heard a lot of people say that that's helped them more than any medication will ever do.
Because your muscles actually release endorphins that literally fight the chemicals that cause depression in your brain.
And if you don't believe us, try it. You got nothing to lose. You can go back to whatever.
Science. It's an actual science.
But just try it. Just do it. Just do it. You know what I mean? What's that? Nike. Just do it. If it doesn't work, you can always go back to the couch and take a medication.
The couch isn't going anywhere.
It's definitely not
going anywhere either. They're only going to get stronger. Trust me.
Yeah. So you want to wrap this up?
Yeah, we gotta wrap it up, y'all.
Yeah,
Much
man.
love to everybody in the live.
No.
Appreciate y'all. Andy, appreciate you, man. It was great meeting you today, brother.
No.
Jordan, good to see you, Bubba.
Peace out to all the people that joined us. And we were supposed to have a guest. He didn't come, but that's okay because the show must go on. Maybe he'll come next week. And, you know, he was sad because his friend died from drug overdose and he doesn't do drugs, so he doesn't understand. So we wanted to bring somebody on here just to
give y'all a perspective of what you're doing to your family.
Yeah, that's what we thought that would be a good idea. And I guess he got caught up in whatever he was doing, but you know, that was what we wanted to talk about.
But we're still entertaining as fuck, so you're good.
All right, party people. We'll see y'all next week. Oh, like and subscribe. I always forget to say that.
Subscribe, y'all.
Because we're gonna put this on YouTube.
Derek is Big D, the yoga guy over here. For y'all, I'm Michael Stewart's _life.
And our YouTube page is Addiction and Recovery Talk. And this is episode 25. We're gonna keep it going. Peace out.